Good morning everybody, and welcome to this week's Facebook Live. My name is Deborah Byrne from Deborah Byrne Psychology Services, known across social media as DBpsychology. So this morning we're going to talk about celebrating successes and all successes. And I think that's the first step, it's the first key, that to recognize that success comes in all shapes and sizes, from very small things where we have small wins every day, and even getting to the end of the day is a big win. And then, to a bigger celebration like a wedding or a christening or a graduation or something like that. They're the ones we're more likely to celebrate. We're more likely to put some sort of recognition into it. Whereas the smaller ones, we tend to not to do that. And that's really setting yourself up for failure. So it is a good idea, and I'll explain why, we need to celebrate all our successes, everything that we do, every small little win. So, we tend to get very busy. We tend to lead very busy lives, or maybe you're feeling very anxious, or maybe you have depression, or you could be very stressed out, etc. And people are very stressed and anxious at the moment, and that's very understandable. But as a result, we won't even recognize any sort of win, small win that we get. We're barely recognizing even the bigger ones, I think, at the moment. And, as a result, then daily life can become a bit like a conveyor belt. So it's almost like we go through our life, and it all just seems like a crisis, one crisis after another to be dealt with. So it's like next, with the crisis, next crisis, next crisis. And we're just dealing with it constantly. And we're not getting a breath. We're not kind of going, oh, hold on, let me off this roller coaster, take a step back. And that's what we need to do. We need to just kind of go, whoa, stop. We need to stop at the end of the day and recognize what's gone on, reflect back and celebrate even the smallest of wins. And why do we need to do that? Because it helps us build our resilience. And right now, you build resilience in a crisis, and we have a major crisis, and we are building, very much building our resilience during this time. It gets us to learn, to adapt, of course, but even just recognizing small wins will help us to learn and adapt. It'll build our confidence as a result. We'll start to see that there is more positives in our lives, and that is very important. There are positives out there, guys. You have got positives in your life right now. So in order to help the brain, we need to celebrate even the smallest of wins, because the brain, if we celebrate it, then the brain sees us as important, worthwhile, and worth repeating. That's what happens. The brain goes, oh yeah, that's important to you. I see that. That's what you need to. We want more of that. Small things. The smallest things will lead, as they say, to a bigger goal, bigger success. So this then helps rewire your brain. If you're getting your brain to recognize this as something that's worthwhile, worth repeating, it'll help to rewire the brain. It doesn't matter how big it is, because the same endorphins are going to be released. The same feel good factor is going to be released when you recognize those positives. So therefore you're more likely to do it. Now, if you don't celebrate, if you don't recognize, if you spend the day going next, get into bed, go to sleep, basically work, eat, sleep. That's it. There's no time for celebration. There's no time for connecting with people. There's no time for doing things that you want to do. Then you're not celebrating. You're not taking the time out to recognize what happens. In that case, then, the brain sees what you're doing as mundane, unexciting, and not worth doing again. So that leads, it's like a cycle. It leads to a lack of motivation, a lack of focus. You're going to start sabotaging yourself when you set a goal or set yourself up to do a task. You'll actually sabotage it, because to your brain, it's just mundane. It's unexciting, not worth taking a chance on, not worth trying, nothing like that. Whereas if you kind of stop and just go, celebrate, just go, even go, well done, pat on the back. Something as simple as that, your brain releases the endorphins, goes, hey, I did a good job. You did a good job there, buddy. That's what it's going to do. It's going to say, hey, we did a good job. It'll cooperate. It's more likely to cooperate and not sabotage you. It'll release the endorphins. You'll get a feel-good factor. And then it'll see it as important, worthwhile, and worth repeating. And that's what we want to do. Every time, we acknowledge the small wins, we're building up the connection in our brain to repeat that. So, a small treat, a small reward for yourself. Something as simple as I said, pat yourself on the back. A cup of coffee, a chat with a friend, even on Zoom or, a messenger or something like that, and saying, hey, you know what I did today? And tell them whatever it was. Bit of a brag. Give it a little bit of a brag. This is going to help rewire your brain effectively. It'll also help build social connection, and that's important as well. When we incorporate somebody else into the celebration, just even one other person into that celebration, that goes, well done to you as well, you'll get another rush of the endorphins, but you'll also be building up that social connection. And as human beings, we need that. It's a basic need. We need social connection. It's important that you have these positive people that are your supporters in your life, that are standing there on the sideline going, you go, keep going at it, you're brilliant. That's what you need. And you can do that for them as well, remember. So as you can see then, it's not just a basic need, it's a social connection, it's rewiring our brain, it's helping us to, change our perception of the world. It's showing us that, our world isn't just a matter of crisis after crisis, that there are small positives in our lives. And therefore, as perception, your own perception creates your own reality. So you'll see the positives in it. You'll see what you value. You're telling your brain, what do I value? What matters to me? And that will then drive, again, it'll drive your perception in a more positive way, and it'll drive it in a more, drive your reality then to be more positive as well for yourself. So some other techniques that might help, I've listed out quite a few in the blog, which you can find at www.deborahbyrnepsychologyservices.com. So we have the likes of basic self-care. Yep, I'm going to say it, your basic self-care. But why in this case is it so important to take that time to do self-care, and how is it part of a celebration? Because it gives your brain the message, I matter, I deserve. Okay, I'm taking time out, I'm looking after me because I deserve, I matter. So if you're trying to rewire your brain in terms of negative thinking, that's a really important statement to make to yourself. I've worked hard all day, I deserve to look after me, so I can do it all again tomorrow. And that's a celebration of you. So if you think about it that way, that is a celebration of you. You're also using this to build a boundary. So you're building a boundary not only with yourself, but also with other people. You're reducing your stress, which is going to help you as well. And you're going to feel a bit more confident as well. So think about it. There's a lot going on there with just that basic self-care. And any of the rest of what I'm going to mention, there's a few more things I'm going to mention as well. They'll also help with the self-confidence. They'll also help you to reduce your stress and feel more, more positive in your life. And so if you are, it is sending a message as well to your brain. This is what matters to me. This is what, this is what I value, and therefore worth repeating. So the use of visualizations or affirmations, meditations. I've done quite a number of meditations now over my less stress, more success group for mums. If you're a lady and you want to join that, please do. I have a link in the description below. Come and join us. There's a lot in that group. There's 8 modules, 8 training courses, full courses, all for free. Worksheets, videos, the whole lot is up there for free. And part of that is rewiring our thinking. We've just finished that one, and it's about visualization, affirmations, meditations, anything to get your head rewired, which is very important at the moment, and seeing the positives you have. So a simple one you could try in terms of an affirmation is, I am a success. You're making a statement. I am a success. It's a bit like no. That's also a statement, a full sentence, full statement, no. When you say that, you're saying, no, I value my time. I am a valuable person. I value who I give my time to. So it's a very simple one, but I am a success. Again, you're celebrating yourself. Other ones I've written into the blog is about keeping a gratitude list. Again, you're celebrating that win. You're celebrating and saying, hey, look, I did this, 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 and this. Small things maybe for some people, but they are big to you. Again, you're rewiring that brain. You're telling it, this matters. I want to repeat it, and it's really worthwhile to me, and I value it. I value that. So, right, that's why the gratitude list is so important, but it also will boost your positivity. It'll boost your self-confidence much quicker than any other technique that a therapist will do with you. And as I have mentioned already, the treats and reward system. So the treats are free, given freely, given daily. They're generally free, or up to about €5 of that. And then a reward is a little bit bigger, costs more money, and you can set that yourself. But again, I would set that, if it was me, I'd be setting one a reward for the end of the week, and then maybe an even bigger reward at the end of a month, and I would be doing it that way. So I will leave it there. And as I said, there's more in the blog, so do check it out, and I'll leave a link in the description below. And if you would like to join my mum's group, there is 8 training sessions. We're about to head into a 9th training module at the moment. We'll be heading into that next week. It's going to be all on goals and to-do lists and things like that. So if you want to set yourself up maybe for the new year, and a better new year hopefully, you might want to get in a bit early and start looking at reviewing your priorities and what's important to you. So then come and join us at the moment. If not, I will see you all again next week. I'm going to do a series of blogs for October on mental health, as I want to raise mental health awareness. It's Green Ribbon Month in Ireland. So there will be a series of blogs on particularly about mental health. So I'll be going back to a little bit about my roots in terms of blogs for the next month. So, and the Facebook Lives will of course follow suit. So I'll see you all then. And Deirdre, as always, thank you very much this morning for tuning in as always. And I'll see you on Wexford hour on Tuesday night at 9 o'clock if anybody wants to join us on Twitter. It's a great hour and great for building up your self-confidence, as well as if you're a business owner in Wexford, it is a great hour to follow. So I will see you all then, and I'll talk to you all next week. Thank you for listening.